What if the very person you love the most is the one silently destroying you? What if the arms you run into for comfort become the very cage that traps you? What if the words, "I love you," are not healing balm, but weapons that leave scars you cannot see? This is the hidden face of toxic relationships. They look like love from the outside, but inside, they suffocate the soul. Welcome to Real Issues with UG, where we uncover the struggles that people hide, the pain behind the smiles, and the courage it takes to turn brokenness into strength. Today, we're diving into a topic that touches millions of lives but is rarely spoken of with honesty: breaking free from toxic relationships, finding the solutions, and rediscovering the person you were always meant to be. Toxic relationships are not always loud. They don't always come with bruises, screaming matches, or shattered glass. Sometimes they creep in silently, dressed in charm, disguised as protection, cloaked in passion. They begin like every fairy tale romance: late night conversations, promises of forever, laughter that feels endless. But slowly, the warmth fades. The laughter grows quiet, and the promises become chains. Toxic love is a slow poison. It doesn't kill you at once. It drains you until you no longer recognize yourself in the mirror. One of the most heartbreaking realities is that many who are in toxic relationships don't even know they are. They think they're just going through a rough patch, or that they need to love harder, forgive more, and wait for change. But love that constantly breaks you is not love, it is bondage. If your relationship makes you question your worth more than it affirms it, you are not in love, you are in captivity. The signs of toxicity are everywhere, yet so many ignore them. It could be a partner who criticizes you under the guise of helping you improve. It could be the subtle way they isolate you from your friends, making you feel guilty for wanting a life outside them. It could be constant gaslighting, where your reality is twisted until you doubt your own mind. It could be the way your heart races, not from excitement when they enter the room, but from anxiety about what mood they'll be in today. When love feels more like fear, you know you are dealing with toxicity. Consider the story of Sarah. On the outside, Sarah's relationship seemed perfect. Her partner posted pictures of them smiling, holding hands, living what looked like a dream life. But behind those filtered images was a very different reality. Every decision Sarah made was questioned. Every dream she shared was mocked. Her friends stopped calling because they knew her partner disapproved. Sarah didn't notice how small she had become, how silent she had grown. She thought it was her fault. She thought if she just tried harder, he would change. But one day, after another night of tears, Sarah looked at herself in the mirror and realized she didn't recognize the woman staring back. That moment of clarity gave her the strength to leave. And though the road was hard, Sarah rediscovered her voice, her laughter, her freedom. Her story is not rare. It's the story of millions living behind closed doors. And then there are public stories, stories the world has witnessed. Rihanna is one of the most famous examples. The world saw the bruises, the pain, the heartbreak. But more importantly, the world also saw her courage. She walked away from a toxic love that could have destroyed her. She rebuilt her life, her career, her empire. Today she stands not as a victim, but as a symbol of resilience, a billionaire businesswoman, a mother, and a global icon. Rihanna's journey shows us that toxicity does not define you. It can refine you, if you have the courage to break free. But why is it so hard to leave? The answer lies in the invisible chains. Toxic partners are masters of manipulation. They break you down, then rebuild you just enough to keep you from leaving. They make you believe that you cannot survive without them, that no one else will ever love you, that being alone is worse than being mistreated. You start clinging to memories of the early days, hoping the kind, loving version of them will return. But the sad truth is that version was just bait to keep you trapped. Leaving is terrifying because it feels like stepping into the unknown. But staying is more dangerous because it erases who you are. So how do you break free? The first step is awareness. You must acknowledge what you're in. Stop sugarcoating, stop making excuses, Stop calling pain love. Say it for what it is. This is toxic, this is harmful, this is not what I deserve. Awareness unlocks the door, but courage is what helps you walk through it. You will need boundaries. You will need to say no, even when your voice shakes. You will need support systems. Friends, family, mentors, even therapists who remind you that you are not alone. And above all, you will need a plan. Breaking free isn't impulsive. It requires intention. But freedom is not the end. It is the beginning of something more beautiful. Self-discovery. When you leave toxicity, you don't just walk away from someone, you walk toward yourself. You rediscover the hobbies you abandoned, the passions you buried, the dreams you once thought were impossible. You find laughter that isn't followed by tears, peace that doesn't come with conditions, love that starts within. You stand in front of the mirror and, for the first time in years, you smile, not because someone else validated you, but because you finally recognize yourself again. The lessons from these journeys are clear. Love should never cost you your identity. Relationships are not supposed to break you. They are meant to build you. Staying in a toxic relationship doesn't prove loyalty. It proves that you're ignoring your own worth. Walking away doesn't mean you failed. It means you found the courage to choose peace. And peace, not chaos, is the foundation of real love. To anyone listening right now who is silently asking, do I deserve better? The answer is yes. You deserve joy, not tears. You deserve safety, not fear. You deserve love that uplifts, not love that destroys. And most importantly, you deserve yourself. If you are watching this and something in your heart feels heavy, maybe because you recognize yourself in Sarah's story, or in Rihanna's journey, please, take this as your sign. Don't ignore the red flags. Don't wait for love to destroy you before you choose to love yourself. Here's my advice to you. Trust your gut. Your spirit knows when something is wrong, even when your heart wants to deny it. Listen to that inner voice. It's there to protect you. Don't isolate yourself. Toxic relationships thrive in silence. Reach out to a trusted friend, family member, mentor, or even a counselor. You don't have to walk this road alone. Be kind to yourself. Leaving is not weakness, it's bravery. Healing takes time, and you may stumble along the way. But every step forward, no matter how small, is proof that you are reclaiming your life. And most of all, believe this truth: you deserve love that doesn't hurt. You deserve peace that doesn't come with fear. You deserve freedom, healing, and joy. Don't settle for anything less. So my advice is simple: choose you. Because once you do, everything else in your life will begin to bloom again. If you gain value watching this video, do well to subscribe, like, comment, and share for more valuable content.